Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to do some yoga in the morning together. It's a short 20-minute practice that is beginner friendly. All you're going to need are 2 yoga blocks, and you may not even need those. It's up to you. So make your way onto your mat and let's get started. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat on your mat. Close your eyes. You can have your legs folded in or straight out in front of you, whatever feels best for you this morning. And just begin to feel into your body. Taking deep breaths. Each one making its way a little further down into the body until you can really feel the rib cage expanding, the belly expanding, maybe even feeling it in the back of the body. And making the breath really slow, so there's an intention behind it, so that you can breathe into the places that feel really sticky, or at least notice where you're feeling sticky this morning. Go ahead and drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Pull that left shoulder down away. So there's a really long line, diagonal line from the crown of the head down to the shoulder. Deep breath into that side of the neck. And as you exhale, roll the chin down towards the chest, left ear to the left shoulder. Really long line through the right side of the throat. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll the chin back to the chest. Inhale, lift it back up to neutral. And then you're going to find that same movement with the rib cage. So you're going to bring it around in a C shape. So over to the right and to the front, to the left. And then bring it back through the front, over to the right. And then continue that circle around. So you're really drawing a big circle with the rib cage. It's not coming from the low back. It's coming from that thoracic spine, my favorite part of the spine. And then you can begin to let it move down into the hips too, so you're making circles from the base. You can let your head be involved in this circle too. Just let yourself feel a little free. Reverse the direction. And then slowly swivel your way back up to stillness. Tall spine, shoulders relaxed. Reach the arms out wide up over the head. Exhale, draw the hands down in front of the heart. One more time. Inhale, reach the arms out wide. Really stretch through the fingertips. Palms connect. Reach back. Exhale, hands down in front of the heart. Take a moment here, set an intention for yourself, for your practice, or for the rest of your day. Don't overthink it, just first thing that comes to your mind. Phrase it in the terms I am, as if it were already the truth. And then release the hands. Go ahead and roll over your ankles, make your way onto all fours. Hands and knees. Spread the fingers really wide. Find that neutral tabletop, long spine. On your next inhale, draw the heart down, forward, and through. Come into your cow pose. And as you exhale, rounding the spine, come into your cat pose and sink the hips halfway back towards your heels. And then inhale, dive forward, come back into your cow pose. And one more time, arch the spine, reach the hips halfway back towards your heels, and stretch those fingertips forward. Deep breath here. And then come back to a neutral spine. Exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips, press back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here in your first downward facing dog to feel into whatever sensations you have going on today. Sway the hips from side to side, walk one foot out and then the other. Bend the knees, reach the tailbone high, and keep reaching the heart back towards the thighs. I like to bend my knees, especially in the first downward facing dog, so I can really get that decompression of the low back. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, come back down onto hands and knees. Make your way back into your cow pose. Deep breath in here. Exhale, move it back into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, back down onto hands and knees into your cow pose. Deep breath in. And exhale, neutral spine. Make sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders. Step the right foot back and then the left foot. Come into a plank pose. Reaching the heels back behind you, pressing the ground away, reach the crown of the head forward, hugging everything into the midline of the body. Deep breath. And as you exhale, sink the hips back into your downward facing dog and begin to walk the toes forward, bending the knees however much you need. Coming into a standing forward fold. Bring the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Grab a hold of opposite elbows and just sway from side to side. Making sure to let the head be heavy here. Release the arms, bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Grab a hold of your blocks, place them on either side of the mat. Right foot comes forward, left foot goes back. Drop down onto the back knee. Bring both blocks into the inside. You may not need them, but if you want to just lift the ground, especially if our hips are tight first thing in the morning. And then draw the shoulders down the back and let the heart lift as you let the hips sink down and forward. One more deep breath here. And as you exhale, you're going to sink the hips back and straighten that front leg and bring the hands onto either side of the shin. Slide the right hip back so that it lines up with the left hip, so you're squaring the hips forward. And then reach out from the low back as you reach your heart towards your toes. Deep breath in. On your next inhale, start to walk it back forward into that lunge. Set the blocks off to the side. Bring that right foot all the way over to the very edge of the mat. Left hand all the way to the left edge of the mat. Right hand to the right knee. Let the hips sink. Lengthen the spine. And exhale to twist very gently over to the right. I like to slow it down in the morning and make sure that I'm moving moment to moment to moment to set myself kind of on that pace for the day. But it's so easy to just move through the motions and not think about elongating the spine and really feeling into whatever's going on in your body. If you want to take this a little bit further, you can bend that back knee, full range of motion with the right arm, reach back towards that foot. And then let your body just lean back into it. Deep breath. And the exhale will unwind you back into this lizard lunge. So both hands to the inside of the foot. You can use your blocks to heighten it. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can drop down onto the forearms. Deep breath here. One more. Inhale, come back up onto hands and knees. Slide that foot back. And then start to make your way into a child's pose. And then inhale back up onto all fours. As you exhale, you're going to take the hips around to the right side, through the center, over to the left. Lift it back up. One more hip circle. And then reverse the direction, go towards the left, to the right, back up. Last one. And back up. Spread the fingers really wide, curl the toes under, lift the hips, press back into your downward facing dog. This one should feel different, hopefully better. Walk one foot out and then the other. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to inch your way forward with the feet. Coming into that standing forward fold again. Bring the feet a little wider than your hips. So bending the knees and making that tailbone reach for the sky. Let the weight of the head be heavy to help decompress the whole spine. Release the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Grab a hold of your blocks. Left foot comes forward, right foot goes back. Drop down onto that knee. Bring both blocks to the inside. Walk the left foot all the way over to the left. And then relax the shoulders as you lift the heart, lift the gaze, and let the hips sink down and forward. So try to find softness here in the jaw and the face. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed and the neck long. And then find that strength in the breath. Last one. And as you exhale, we'll sink the hips back towards the heels, straighten the front leg. Bring both blocks onto either side of the shin. And then you're squaring up those hips so the left hip is scooting back a couple inches so it feels like it lines up with the right. And then elongate out from the low back as you reach your heart towards your toes. Deep breath in. So this front knee can be as bent as you need it to be, especially first thing in the morning, but never locked. You always want to keep a micro bend in that knee. One more deep breath here. And then start to make your way back into that lunge. You can set the blocks off to the side. Bring the left foot all the way over to the left side, right hand all the way onto the... You can also have your right hand as far off the mat as you need it to be. Left hand comes onto the knee. Let the hips sink down. Press down into the knee to rotate the heart towards the left. And try to stay active in this right arm too, so you're not dumping your weight into that right shoulder. You're pressing down, lifting up. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can bend that back knee. Full range of motion as you reach back. And allow the upper body to lean back too. Deep breath. And the exhale unwinds you. Coming back to center. slide or bring that foot back to the inside into your lizard lunge. Both hands on the inside, let the hips sink down. I know this pose feels like a lot on most days, but that's because we need it. One more deep breath here. And then begin to shift the hips back. You can bring your blocks if you need them. We're going to lift up off of the back knee and then walk the hands to the long edge of the mat so your feet are parallel. And then just let the upper body fold. Grab a hold of opposite ankles. Let the weight of the head hang heavy. And then imagine the tailbone reaching up to the sky and feel what it's like to draw the lower belly in and up and see if that gives you a little bit more space on the sides of the body and the low back. Deep breath. Inhale to come up halfway. And then just begin to sink the hips to the left, back through center, over to the right, bending one knee at a time, straightening the other. Just little gentle inner hip openers. Inhale, come up halfway, straight legs, toes are a little bit in, reach the tailbone way far back behind you, crown of the head forward. And then begin to heel toe those feet in towards each other. Come into that standing forward fold again. Feet pretty close together. Take one more breath into the back of your body. And then you can begin to let your hips sink down towards the mat. Come back into that comfortable seat again, legs crossed for this version. So find that really tall spine, tailbone is rooting down, crown of the head is pulling up. And then begin to walk, keep that length and walk the hands forward. Whatever feels good for you, trying not to round in the spine. One deep breath. And on your next inhale, walk it back in. Closing the eyes. Let the lower body ground down and feel really heavy. And from there, lifting up, lift the heart, relax the shoulders, lift the crown of the head. Close the eyes, soften the face, relax your jaw. And just taking about a minute here of stillness, where the object is not to not think, but to be conscious or aware of what you are thinking, the content of your thoughts, the speed of your thoughts, the speed of the breath, the fullness of the breath. And what I find most interesting is that the speed and the fullness of my breath almost always mirrors the speed and the content of my thoughts. You're not judging your thoughts, you're just watching them pass by like it was happening in a movie. Not attaching yourself to them in any way. Coming back to the intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of this practice, and knowing that something intuitively knows you need to hear that today, you need to remember that and practice that today. So, whatever that was for you, repeating it one more time to yourself in the phrase I am, like it was already the truth. And then inhale, reach the arms out wide, stretch them up over the head, palms connect, reach back, deep breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart, bowing the chin towards the chest and finding a moment of gratitude to begin your day. And let the thought of that person, that place, that thing just fill up your whole body like you were right there in it. Let your whole body soften into this moment. And give yourself all the thanks for showing up today. And thank you so much for showing up and practicing with me. It means so much to me. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.